Hello everyone, hope you're all doing good. So today we are here for grade 9 maths. The chapter today we discuss that is radical functions and equations. And the lesson today we covered which is solve radical equations part 1, evaluate a radical function, domain and range of radical functions, solve radical equation part 2. Hello everyone, hope you're all doing good. So today we are here for grade 9 maths. The chapter today you can find all the lessons on aplusstudent.com. You have to log in by using the email and the passwords that are provided by the administrator. Select maths from down to the grade 9. Then here are the listers. So we are on the chapter radical functions and equations. So first we start the first lesson which is solve radical equation part 1. So basically radical equation is an expression that has a radical symbol. Okay, so what is the radical symbol is basically, so I'm going to write it down. First of all, the radical symbol, or you can say that a square root symbol. Okay, so for example, if I'm going to write it down some radical expressions, it's maybe a square root, cube root, okay, any radical expression. So for example, if it's a square root, then you're going to put it like this way. Okay, so this is the basically, for example, 2 into square root, this is a radical symbol or radical expression. This one, it's a square root. Okay, and if they are saying that, like for example, the cube root of that, so we are just going to put it down, the cube root over there. Okay, this is just a radical symbol and it's just a square root. But when if they are saying that a cube root, so which means that the term inside the radical is equals to a term that has been multiplied to itself 3 times. Like for example, this is 8 and outside is 3, so it means that the term inside of this 8 is multiplied with 3 times, and then you get the answer of this. Like for example, 2 times 2 times 2, then you get the answer 8. Okay, so this is equals to the 2 answer of this one I'm going to talk about. So this is a basically the cube root of that. And what is the meaning of basically the square root? It means that the number which is inside that is multiplied 3 times, or only the 2 times with it. Okay, for example, here is 4, so the answer is 2. Why? Because 2 times 2, so it means that 2 square, and that is 2. Now let's suppose if you can say that some values are given here. Okay, they are saying that you are just going to put it down, 9 is equals to square root k. We just basically put this k outside. So how we do it? We are going to take the square on both sides. Why? Because this square root value is 1/2. When you're going to take the square, it means that this 2 and 2 should be cancel out. So we are root on both sides. Okay, just taking square root, just shifting the position and then taking the square root on both sides. Now this square is should be cancelled to this square root. This should be only k. Now here is 9 square. It means that 9 times 9. 9 should be multiplied 2 times with each other. k as it is. 9 times 9 is 81. This is the value of k. Alright. Now they are saying that 10, which is the square root g. What does it mean? It means that you're going to put it g here, put it 10 here, taking square on both sides. Just taking square and now here taking square. The square root can be cancelled to this too. This is only g here. Now what does it mean? It means that 10 should be multiplied with 2 times. So 10 times 10 is 100. And that is our answer. Alright. Now let's discuss the test questions. N is equals square root n is equals to 19. Now square root n is equals to 19. What does it mean? Now taking on both sides, this is the same thing. N taking square. Now 19 taking square. This should be cancelled only n, and here is 19 times 19. Okay. Now what is the answer for 19 times 19? Just multiplying and then check. 9 times 9 is 81. Putting 1, 8 goes up. 9 times 1 is 9. Plus 8 is 17. 9 times 1 is 9. 1 times 1 is 1. So it's 1, 6, 1, 2, 3. 361. Let's see. Here is the option 361. Let's go with this. And yeah, there is the right option. Now this question already solved. 10 is equals to g. How can we solve it? So 10 times 10 is 100. We already solved this question. So I just put it out the answer now. So 9 is equals to k. Nine is equals to square root k. So square root k is equals to 9. Taking square on both side, this should be cancelled. So k is equals to 9 times 9, and k is equals to 9 times 9 is 81. So here is 81. It's not you're going to multiply 9 with the 2. It means that digit is multiply with each other. Okay. Now u is equals to 1.2. Square root u is equals to 1.2. Same thing, I'm just going to take the square on both sides. This should be cancelled. Answer is u. Here is 1.2 times 1.2. Okay, let's do it. 1.2 times 1.2. So 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 1 is 2. Times 2 times 1 is 2. 1 times 1 is 1. So 4, 4 and 1. After two digits we are going to put point. Let's see, the answer is 1.44, and here is the right answer. Now the same thing you are doing in all of it. Hope you guys understand it. Just taking the square on both sides and solve it. Okay. Solve the rest of the test question regarding the first lesson by yourself. Now let's discuss the next lesson, which is evaluate a radical function. So how can we solve this radical function? Use the following function rule to find f of 171. Any number which is given like in this way. f of 2. This means that this is value of x because this is f of x. So what is x here? That is 2. Understand? This means that inside of that value is value of x. And if the function is given f of 2, let's suppose they are saying that f of x, they are saying that find f of 2, and the function is given f of x is equals to 6 into x minus 3. Okay, or you can say that 2 minus 51. So how can we solve it? We are putting in place of x is 2. So f of 2, which is equals to 6 as it is. In place of this x, I'm just going to put 2 minus 51. Now f of 2 is same. This 6 is same. 2 minus 51 answer is 49. Now as we know that 49, when there is some square of 49, what is the square root of 49? Look, 7 times 7, that is 49. So we put in place of this 49 is 7 times 7. So how many 7 are here? 7 times 7. There are two sevens. So 7 square. This square should be cancelled with this. And now the answer of this is only 7. Okay? Because I'm going to put it down here step by step. Okay? You guys solve it out on your notebook as well. Write it down this one in your notebook. It's a very important. So it's 7 times 7. 7 times 7 is 49. Just split it into two numbers. And you split the two same numbers. 7 square because there is one 7, two 7. So I just put the square. Now 6. This square root and this square root should be cancelled. Only 7 is left. 6 times 7 is 42. So f of 2, which is equals to 42. This is the answer of that function. Here is the full question that we have done. Okay, let's suppose, let's do another question. X is equals to 129. F of x is equals to 2 into x minus 125. 2 into x minus 125, and here is square root. Now value of x is given. So what we do? We are just putting it out. Solve it everyone, this question on your notebook, and then tell me the answer. Put in place of x is 129. Both sides. So f of 129 is equals to 2 into 4. What is the square of 4? I'm just going to split 4 into two digits, which is 2 times 2. And now this 2 times 2 becomes 2 into 2 square. And that square should be cancelled, and 2 times 2 is 4. And here is the answer, that is 4. Let's do some test question, then you are more able to understand. So f of x is equals to 10 into 166 minus x. 10 into 166 minus x. And what is value of x? Which is given, that is 102. 102. X value is given, which is 102. Now let's do it. 10, 166 minus 102. So I'm going to put it here. 166 minus 102, 64. Okay. Now 10 into 64. Split 64 into two digits. Which two digits? I am going to split it out in this one into 8. Okay. 10, 8 times 8. That is 64. Now f of 102, 10, 8 square. Square should be cancelled to this square root. And now f of 102 is equals to 10 into 8, and that is 8 times 10 is 80. This is f of 102. Let's see, is there any option for 80? Yes, let's check. Yes, this is the right answer. Okay, now let's do this one. Use the following function rule to find f of 6. So f of x is equals to 3 into x plus 58. 3 into x plus 58, and finding f of 6. Finding f of 6. Now in place of x, just putting 6. F of 6 is equals to 3 into, in place of x, just putting 6 plus 58. Now just add up. 58 plus 6 is 64. Now again it's the same thing. 8 times 8 is 64. So f of 6 is equals to 3 into 8 square. Both should be cancelled because square is cancelled with the square root. 3 into 8. Now 8 times 3 is 24. Let's see, is there any option for 24? Yes, it's here. So let's go with this one. F of x is equals to 10 into x plus 2. 10 into x plus 2. Okay, so we find f of 2. Finding it out, f of 2, it means that in place of x we're just going to put the value of 2 plus 2, and that is 4. And now split 4 2 times 2. Now 10 into 2 square, that should be cancelled. 10 times 2, that is 20. So here we go with this 20. Hope you guys understand this lesson. Solve the rest of the test question regarding this lessons by yourself. Okay, let's discuss the next lesson, which is, I'm going to open it. Okay, domain and range of the radical functions. Where there is some. So first of all, I'm going to tell you what is the domain and range. Domain is all x and range is all about the values of y. Okay, when they are saying that for the radical functions, so how can we finding it out, the basically domain and range of the radical functions? So we are finding it out. Let's suppose the domain of the radical function is restricted by the fact that the radicand, okay, the expression under the radical sign, it cannot be negative for real value functions. The range depends upon the index of the radical and any transformation applied to the function. All right, let's suppose if you have a function f of x minus 2. Let's suppose I'm going to write it down here. If you have any kind of function f of x is equals to square root x 2, what does it mean? It means that your x value should be greater than 2, or it may be equal to 2, because x minus 2 must be greater than or equal to 0. Okay, it may be greater than 0 or it may be equal to 0. It's not less than 0 because it should not be negative. For example, if I'm going to put x is equals to 1, so what is the answer? 1 minus 2, that is square root negative 1. So this is not applicable for the domain. So we are just going to check, this is called basically even indexed radical. Okay, when you're going to put for the odd index radical for the functions, you're taking, this is even, this is the square root here, now you're taking the cube root, that becomes the odd index radical functions. So this, in that function, your x greater than 0 or it must be equals to 0. It, when it's equals to 0, so that should be equals to 2, so that should be 0. If it's greater than 0, then for example 3 minus 2, so it's 1, so it's positive 1. So that is applicable for the domain. Hope you guys understand this. Hope you guys understand the domain. Now for the range, for example, function is given this should be used for the range. Okay, and this radicand can be used for the domain. It's all about of this domain and range functions. Let's take a function and then first we find the domain and then we find the range of that. Let's suppose what is the domain of this function. Function is given it started from 0 and then move in the x side -10. First option is given x is less than 0, x is less than 0, but there is one option x is less than 0. Why? Because x all values are negative. So if x values are negative, so it means that your function should be less. Second option, they are saying that x is less than -3. No, not only -3, it's less than -10, -8, 6, 4, 2, all values are included. In the last option, they are saying that x is less than or equal to 0. Yes, it started from the 0. It means that it is 0 or less than 0. So there is the D option. Okay. What is the domain of this function? Now from the domain, when we see the x value, it's cut on 7 and here it's on 2. -7 and 2. So it means that your domain is -7. Okay, that is equals to or greater than -7, not less than. That's it. For example, now what is the range of this function? For the domain, you just see the x values, and for the range, you are just going to check the y values. Now for this, it started from 0 and the y values which is covered, that is 3. Okay, it is 0 to 3. So look at here, they are saying that it is basically, look at here, in the first option they are saying that it's greater than 0. Yes, it's greater, but it also equal and greater than 0. It may be 0 or greater than 0, not only greater, because it started from the 0 point. If any number that is started from that point, so it means that it must be equal to that number or greater than to that number. Sometime it may be equal to that number and less than to that number. Okay, let's do the test questions. What is the domain of this function? First function that is given, first option, it's only less than 0, then less than -3, then less than and equal to -3. Last option is less than and equal to 0. Yes, it's less. Why? Because all values are negative, all x values are negative, and equal to 0 it means because it started from 0. So this is the last option. Let's go with this. Here is the right answer. Okay, now let's do this. What is the domain of this function? Domain of this function should be on -5. Okay, 0 to -5. Look, it is greater than 0. First option is less than 0. It's not less than 0. It's, yes, it's less than 0, but it also equal to 0. Less than and equal to 0. Last option, because it started from 0, and less because it's on negative side. Hope you guys understand this lesson as well. Solve the rest of the test questions regarding this lesson by yourself. Solve radical equation part 2. Now in these kind of questions, what we do? If you have a square root on both sides, so for that reason, we are taking the square on both sides and then just finding that value, okay? Because they are saying that solve for C. Let's write 4C is equals to 10 plus 9C. This is our question. If you have a question like this way, they are saying that find that constant number. So we are just going to finding it out the constant number by taking the square on both sides, cancelling the value, and then in this way we are finding it out. Now let's take a square. I'm just going to take the square on both sides. This square can be cancelled to this square can be cancelled to this. 4C left minus 10 plus 9C. Now just moving this 9C from this to this side, what it becomes? Minus. So 4C minus 9C is minus 5C is equals to minus 10. Minus minus should be cancelled. Both are divided over the 5. This 5 should be cancelled, and here 5 times 1 is 5, 5 times 2 is 10. And the answer is 2. So your C is 2. Okay, let's discuss this one. Now, I was just checking the mic. 8D is equals to 4 plus 7D. Is that a question? Yes. Now what we do? We are just going to take the square on both sides. So let's taking the square. Okay, should be cancelled. Now 8D is equals to 4 plus 7D. Now 7D is moving from right to left side, so the signs are also changed. This become minus 7D is equals to 4. Then only D is left and D is equals to 4, and that is our answer. Now let's do some test questions for that. 2V is equals to minus 8 plus 3V. This is the question. Yeah, now they are saying let's solve for v. What is the first step that we will take? We are going to take the square on both sides. Now cancel. So only two v's left. Minus 8 plus 3v. This 3v is moved from this to this side. So what it becomes? It becomes minus 3v is equals to minus 8. Now minus v is left and minus 8. Minus minus should be cancelled. So your v is 8. Let's do it. It's 8. This is the right answer. Let's do it this one. Minus 8t plus 1. And here is minus 9t. Okay. Now, how can we solve it? Taking square on both sides. This is just cancel out. Minus 8t plus 1 is equals to minus 9t. Moving this 8t from this to that side, or otherwise moving 1 from this side, and then you are going to move minus 90 from this side. Plus 90 is equals to minus 1. So 90 minus 8 plus 9 is 1. T is equals to minus 1. So t is equals to minus 1. Let's see, is there any option for minus 1? Yes, it's on here. So hope you guys understand this lesson as well. So solve the rest of the test questions regarding this lesson by yourself. So now today we covered the grade 9 maths. The chapter name today we covered radical function and equations. These are the list of the lessons. Solve radical equation part 1. Evaluate radical function. Domain and range of radical function. Solve radical equation part 2. You can find all the lessons on aplusstudent.com. You have to log in by using the email and the passwords that are provided by the administrator. So hope you guys make sure before starting the next session you practice all these lessons. If you still need any help in any of the question, you can contact tutors by using this live chat button that is available on the A plus website. Okay, uh, here is the live chat button. This one, click on that, putting the department maths, just fill your name and then just sign. In this way you directly connect with the tutors. So for now, I'll see you in the next session. Bye.